Hi, Markus. How are you?
Hello, Heiko. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too. Well,
Hi,
Friday
folks.
afternoon. Thanks for everyone who's joining our live stream for our September Ask Me Anything session. So the last three Ask Me Anything sessions we had some special guests. So today it's down to us again.
Yes, just us again.
Just the
Just the
two
two
of us.
of us.
Just the two of us. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
talking about music, right? I think we already have the right backgrounds. It's birthday of Bruce Springsteen today.
The boss has birthday today. Yes.
The boss has its birthday.
73 years old, I guess.
70s. Yeah, 73. And
he's a virgin, like me. With his zodiac sign. So.
All right. Okay. Yeah. And he's still active, being on tour. Right? We just talked about it. He's also coming to Germany.
Yeah. But the tickets are a bit.
They're not the most cheap. They're not the cheapest ones. Let's put it this way.
Yes. I'm not fan enough.
Yeah.
Let's say it like that to buy such expensive tickets. So another chance to see him live will go by.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him once. I think. Wow, it's almost 20 years ago or something. You know, I'm old. Simon is here. Hi, Simon.
Hello, hi, Simon.
And do you have a favorite song? I was just thinking about. Do I have a favorite Bruce Springsteen song?
I do. So, but you first.
Me first. Oh God. Okay. I think there's this live version of Growing Up I like a lot from the live album, but from the studio wise, I think from the Born in the USA, I think what's it called? No Surrender. It's I think it was never have been the single, but it has some awesome drum sounds. So that's really I like that a lot.
Not sure if I ever heard it.
Okay,
but mine's is it's on. I'm on fire. So
I'm on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Same album, different song. Yeah.
Is it on the same album?
Yes. It's also on the Born in the USA. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
No surrender. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see. You're more experienced in music. In old people music.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
No,
thanks.
Let's refer to it as classics.
Oh, okay, cool. Simon just said, "Okay, I'm jealous of ScriptRunner weekend parties." Do we have weekend? We have parties throughout the week. That's even more fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our hiking trip on Tuesday was really fun. It was kind of a party.
Yeah, a walking party, right?
A walking party with fountains of snaps. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's some kind of
cool
old people party.
Old people party, hiking and drinking. Okay. Okay. So maybe we start talking about questions and PowerShell and stuff. So if you have questions, put them into the YouTube chat so we can talk about it, no matter what it is. Can be related to PowerShell or not, or automation, or ScriptRunner, or music, or cooking, because Markus is a chef. Yeah. Still waiting for actually preparing some food in the ScriptRunner office, but that's a different topic. That's a different topic.
So you didn't. So you didn't. You weren't part of the hiking trip. So I baked some pizza. I don't know how to say it. Some small pizza tiles. And so
maybe next time.
You missed them. Yeah.
Yeah, next time. I was so busy with all the events coming up, which we're, I think, going to talk about later on as well. So why not starting with the first question, the first topic here that we got, and it's about, I think, this week, PowerShell 7.3 preview 8. Okay, Matthias just said, okay,
yeah,
the pizza rolls.
Yes, thank you, Matthias. Pizza rolls.
And they were great and brilliant. Oh my God.
Thank you, Matthias. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, so coming back to the PowerShell stuff. So Steve Lee announced as the head of the development team of in Microsoft when it comes to PowerShell that preview 8 of 7.3.0 got released.
Yes.
And I think you just told me you installed it.
Yeah, I installed it just like every preview I get into my hands, but I think there are no groundbreaking changes to former previews. So
okay, yeah. So if someone in the chat has some some ideas, some opinions, would be happy to hear that as well. And yeah, so I guess I'm not sure how many additional previews are planned before they want to actually build the final version. But we will. The best way for staying informed is following Steve Lee on Twitter, because if something else happens, we will know. He will let us know.
He always announces, and you can follow also you can see it now. Heiko is sharing the GitHub repository of the power of PowerShell, and from time to time you can read some news or download the previews, and just follow the GitHub repository and Steve Lee on Twitter.
Yeah, right. I think that's the best way to stay up to date, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have another question.
Yes. Will you be part of the PSConf EU minicon? Yeah, we will. So at least I am, and Achim from the dev team will also be part. Will also attend on the minicon, and I think it will be funny. So we had the chance last week to enter the minicon area, and all I can say is just meet me there on our ScriptRunner booth, and maybe on the racetrack.
So okay, so this is obviously it's going to be online. I like the name Minicon. I think that's really,
it's
really
cute.
It's cute. That's what I was about to say. It's really cute. And I mean, you have been to the real one in Vienna in June, right?
In June. In the mid of June. Yeah.
This is like the follow up, and I think people can still register, right?
It's for free. So you can join, you can register and join for free. So you can meet me and my colleagues there, and all the speakers. I'm not sure if all the speakers from the live PSConf will attend, but I think it's the amount is the same. So
okay, I'm just looking.
Maybe some of the speakers did not attend, and they were where they will be replaced by others.
And just as we talked about Steve Lee, so he's going to have a session here. What's new in PowerShell 7? Oh. I'm sure that's gonna be interesting. And look at this, Guy Leach. I think he couldn't come to Vienna because he caught the big C just a week before the PSConf. So he has a chance to do his speech about REST APIs via PowerShell. That really sounds quite interesting.
Yeah, so you can attend to all the sessions in I think in within 4 tracks.
Yeah,
and they completely rebuilt the PSConf area in Gather. So you can walk around with your avatar and join the tracks. So every speaker has his own booth or place where you can join and have a talk. So you can join us on our booth. There are, I think there will be 10 tiles, so 10 attendees can join at the same time.
Okay.
And I think it will be a good time. Will be funny.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. I would love to attend, but I am going to be at a different event, which we maybe going to talk about later on as well. So, but I also guess the sessions will be recorded and probably will be available afterwards. But if you guys out there have time and you're into PowerShell, I think that's a good opportunity to also kind of meet the people of the community in the online world. And I never heard about this platform where they organize it, but it really looks like a fun thing, actually.
Yeah, me neither. It looks like a retro RPG.
Yeah.
On the Super Nintendo a few years or a few decades ago, and it's really funny.
Yeah, it really looks cool.
Yeah, so I think it's from 3 to 10 CEST.
Yeah, I think so. Let me just go back. It starts at 3 p.m. Central European Summertime, and then until free time. I like that.
So
free time. Okay, so it's until kind of 7:45.
Yeah. So I think I will hang out there on our booth, walking around, driving around with a cart. So meet me at the racetrack, and if you find me, just poke on me, talk to me. If you have any questions around ScriptRunner or something like that, we can have a talk. Just ask me.
or follow you on Twitter, right?
Exactly.
With your new Twitter handle, Real Markus Hip.
Yeah, I think that sounds more adult, like my old Twitter handle.
Okay. What was wrong about that?
It was. I'm not sure if it if it was understandable for all the English speaking people there, and I think it was more like a nickname, and Markus Hip was already taken as Twitter handle, so I used Real Markus Hip.
Okay, makes sense. I think Jason Helmick does the same thing. The head of the PowerShell team. I think he's also the real Jason Helmick, actually. All right. Let's move on to the next question. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay. It's a pretty obvious questions in regards to what happened the last couple of days. So what do you think about the Uber hack? I guess everybody kind of heard about it. And there is some relationship to PowerShell, so I think that's why it's really interesting. And there are a lot of articles out there. I think there's one that I've heard about the first about this incident which got released on the register. And as always, I think with this hacks, of course, it's a chain of events. So different things have come together. There was, of course, it started with some social engineering, getting some. I think there was even a guy who kind of did a graphic about how that actually started.
Yeah, so you showed me the graph. Okay, yeah.
Let me just this Neil Bridges here. I think it's really interesting. And maybe we can talk a little bit more in detail about the PowerShell aspect. But it starts with social engineering, getting connection to the VPN, right?
Yeah, so I think most of the hacks or data breaches are starting with some kind of social engineering or phishing or something like that. So it's not always a technical thing, the first step. So it's always a human being which fails. So yeah.
Yeah, and then it got access. And then from another article that I read, I'm not sure, I don't know where I read it, but it looks like then this guy got access to some network shares and found a directory full of PowerShell scripts. And then in one of the scripts, he found a hard-coded credential of
of an admin. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but the hard-coded credentials of an admin account.
Yeah, in Psychotic. So this is this is kind of a worst case scenario. So you have a password server solution like Psychotic, and you do that because you want to have a secure way to manage all your credentials and passwords and secrets. And then there is someone putting the access, so the admin credentials, hard-coded into a PowerShell script. So once you have that, you can connect to the Psychotic server and you have access to all kind of credentials. That's of course really. It's a stupid thing, and it's really surprising that this happens.
I thought it's best practice. So yeah.
It's best practice. Yeah. Absolutely. So I really, when I read that, and the result was, I think this is also in this little article where they talk about, based on the access, they had access to 1 petabyte of storage in the G Suite, VMware, vSphere, Slack, and then even this is, even more. It's not funny, but it's they had access to the security dashboard of Sentinel-1. So that's really that's really serious stuff, right? So
so they were really compromised.
Yeah, totally. And so when I read that, I had to write something on LinkedIn and Twitter about obviously things like how you should handle credentials when it comes to PowerShell. And shameless plug here, of course, if you look at our solution, what you can do with the credentials is that they are in the password server, and if you're running and if a script is executed, we are asking for the credentials in real time. We're using it during runtime while the script is running. So we have the token, so we can access the backend system like Office 365 or Azure or something like this. And once execution is finished, credentials are nowhere near, obviously, script, but also not on the ScriptRunner server. They only stay in the password walls. And this is really, it's so easy to do, even with built-in with the PowerShell secrets management module, stuff like that. So there's not even, obviously there's no need to use our solution. There are so many possibilities to avoid this credential being in the script. So this is really, this is the technical fact, but I think I think there was an incident years ago I think a few years ago, where also Uber was in the news, where it was about
Really?
I think also where a lot of data got stolen, and it
Cannot remember.
looks like they didn't really improve. And what I saw on LinkedIn, I think it was on LinkedIn, was a comment where somebody found out that just, I think, 2 days after the incident, you could find 10 or 15 job ads. On
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
I saw that too. Yeah. I saw that. I saw that. So they were searching for a bunch of security experts.
Yes, which is like, okay. I mean,
Just-
it's never too late, but
No, but yeah. Don't hard code your credentials in your script.
yes,
And you do not need a security specialist.
exactly.
I just have done a little research, and it was in 2016.
See, yeah, it's not
Uber
so long
admits
ago.
covering up massive 2016 data breach and settlement with US prosecutors. So yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah. So lesson learned. Maybe not that much, but maybe this time, maybe they get it.
Yeah, all good
We'll
things
see.
are three. We say in German.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so there might be another one. Who knows? Yeah. So, but again, guys, if you're out there, please stop hard coding credentials in your PowerShell script. This is an absolutely no-go, right? Everybody.
Yes.
Actually, everybody knows it. Actually, by the way. And then just as we talk about it, and if you want to find out more about security and PowerShell, maybe you want to take a look at our PowerShell security ebook. Maybe I'm just putting this into the comment as well, as I just found the link, because that helps you to understand and see what are the built-in options for using PowerShell in a secure way. That's basically right.
But there is a print version as well, I think. So I had it in my shelf. So obviously there is. But I'm not sure if you can order it on our site or only
I don't think so. We want to save the planet, so it's just a PDF.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Paperless office.
Right. Okay. So I think enough said about this incident. We hope that people really now learn something from it and trying to avoid being in the news like Uber. And so maybe let's move on to the next topic.
Yes. Did you see the latest IDC report on IT automation and configuration management software? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So thankfully we got these questions prior to the session, so we could look it up. And there was I think IDC does these reports, I think once a year or something. And we can take a look at the result. And you can also get this from VMware. So there's a website. Maybe I'm going to copy that into the chat as well. So you can get it from VMware. You might guess why that's possible, because they are top of the list. So they are rightfully proud of being number one. So I think I have the report right here. No, I don't have it right here. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So as I said, I think this IDC does this on a yearly base, and for other markets as well. But here it's about the IT automation and configuration market, and you can see that VMware is top of the list when it comes to market share in this particular market. I guess it's on a global scale. It doesn't say in the abstract of this report, but I guess it's on a global scale. And then number 2, ServiceNow. Then there is Microsoft in the third position, and BMC, IBM, Hitachi, Broadcom, and then rest of market altogether also has quite a bigger market share. And what I also find, I think, when I looked at it, quite interesting. If we go down here, because there somewhere they show how the growth looks like. Maybe I need to make this a little bit bigger so people can see. So yeah, so VMware seems to be on top for quite a while, obviously. Still growing, by 9.4% from 2020 to 21. What I find interesting is ServiceNow has a big growth altogether, and also HashiCorp, which I find quite interesting. So I guess their product portfolio, including obviously Terraform and stuff like that, is they're pretty successful. They're still, of course, quite small compared to the big players, but the speed in which they grow is quite significant, I would say.
Do you know on which place ServiceNow was in the last year or the year before? Because this is the report. Okay, no, I see it's from 2019 to 2021.
Yeah. So actually, they overtook Microsoft.
Okay.
Here,
right?
I
see.
They overtook Microsoft and also BMC and also IBM. So quite interesting having this. Okay, you have these big players on top, but as it looks like there's also things happening below that, let's say, top 4 or 5 players in this market. And the market itself, of course, is pretty significant as well. If you look at the number here, 9.1 billion market value for IT automation. Pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay, so not a technical topic, but I think it's also interesting. So thanks for the question.
Sure.
To take a look at automation, maybe from this perspective as well. Okay. We have another interesting topic here.
Next question is technical again. So it's your turn, Heiko.
It's my turn. Okay. All right. It's about the fact that Basic Out is Microsoft. So the question is, okay, Microsoft is disabling Basic Out in October. Are you already prepared for it? Are we prepared for it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if we are prepared overall, but we are going onwards, and I think in most of the topics we are prepared for the disabling of Basic Auth at the 1st of October. So as an example, I think the latest implementation of in ScriptRunner regarding this topic is the Exchange Online authentication via client secret or via certificate. And we have two connectors you can use with ScriptRunner. That's an email notification connector and an email inbound connector to start ScriptRunner actions via incoming email. If your third party software or whatever you use is not able to speak REST. And now you can authenticate, let's say with IMAP on Exchange Online with a client secret or a certificate via ScriptRunner.
Okay, perfect. And I just pulled up this page here that I think it's from beginning of September, which kind of explains that it's, as you said, it's Exchange Online who is affected right now, where they're gonna stop the support for Basic Out. What I find interesting is it says here in the first sentence, finally disable basic authentication in random tenants worldwide starting October 1. So it's like it's like the basic out casino, right? So you might get away with it maybe a few weeks or maybe not. So in any case, I think it's high time to get rid of basic out, right?
So yeah, it's because casino is a good point. So they're playing Russian roulette with with that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't want to receive a call at night saying, okay, I cannot log into my mailbox anymore. So
yeah, I see a lot of administrators are sweating now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Michael just said, okay, it looks like the final date is the 1st of January, 2023. So maybe this is kind of the, let's say, grace period, which is already a grace period of a grace period, because I think they wanted to disable it quite earlier, but they found out that, of course, many companies have kind of difficulties, I guess, especially the big ones. So if you want to learn more about it, I think there is also this article by Microsoft. I'm going to put that into the chat as well, where, number one, they explain why they do it and what they're changing and how you can prepare for it. And so here again, they said, okay, they want to start, as we said, randomly starting to disable that. So again, the message here really is get rid of basic out. Just as you must get rid of hard-coded credentials in scripts. Also, get rid of basic out now. So I think that's the message.
The message here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What else?
Okay, in the last AMA session, you talked about MS Graph with Andreas. How does the new Graph API affect the way IT admins use PowerShell? So my thoughts on it are, I think IT admins won't use the API as much as they would use the graph modules for PowerShell. So maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. So as a former administrator, I won't use the API as much, because I think that's kind of a developer thing, and the modules or the commandlets are more convenient. But currently, most, I'm not sure of if it's most of them, but a lot of doesn't work at this time, and I'm not sure if IT admins are currently using Graph as much as they should by now. I think the known modules for Azure AD, Exchange Online, or Teams are still more used than Graph, and especially the Graph API. But I'm not sure. That's just my opinion.
I think also, I think you're right. I think the modules, I would say, are still more reliable compared to working with the Graph API. It's still you can see that it's a work in progress, and I think what I hear from people using PowerShell, not so much from being a developer, but being an administrator, it's nice cup.
The yellow one, PS Cup.
Very nice. So I think from an admin perspective, it's I mean, using MS Graph and really, doing the rest and developing and writing scripts to do the REST calls. I think that's really a totally different thing than using a PowerShell module and firing up some commandlets and building a script. So I think we will see if, number one, admins will go this way and work with it, and or Microsoft is finding a way to simplifying the process. And I mean, for the good thing is there are a lot of resources out there. There is one article which I found quite interesting, which gives a kind of an in-depth introduction into the Microsoft Graph. So that might be a good starting point to take a look at. Okay, what does it actually do? How you can connect to it? What kind of credentials or ways to connect to the API and start working with it? But it's much more than just installing a module and then do a connect whatever and then start building your scripts. But as we know, okay, it's kind of the future. So Microsoft is, I think, doing a lot of work and putting a lot of work into the Graph API. But I still think, and that's what I hear also from people I talk to, who are mainly admins and who kind of tell me very frankly, they are not developers. They are what they need are kind of building blocks to solve problems, and so they don't want to. Their job is not building a script and being happy that now, I can do a invoke REST request, and I get this and this information back, and wow, this is cool. I mean, this is maybe for some people that's the case, but for let's say real life IT pros and admins, I think, things need to be. Need to become easier.
Sure. So I talked to a lot of friends of mine, which or former colleagues, which were also in the IT business, and I think none of them are using the Graph API currently. So they are all using the PowerShell modules to achieve the goals. So I'm not sure if this will be a big thing in the future using the API, but I guess and I hope in the near future the PowerShell modules are getting better, and at least the commandlets should work.
Well, that's number one, and hopefully things get easier. And okay, and on the other hand, people might get also more experienced with it. So but for the time being, it's challenging.
Maybe Heiko, you can show the Graph Explorer if you want to check out the Graph API and check out how it works without writing a script or using invoke REST method or.
Okay. I think I can show it. I think I'm not logged in right now, but
I think you don't have to be logged in.
There's a sample tenant, so maybe we can also put that into the chat right here. So I think the Graph Explorer is pretty helpful to get an understanding what kind of data you can pull out with the graph from the graph, and how that looks like. So I think it should return some information about the sample user. So if I click here on run query, it should come back with some properties, some data that relates to that, in this case, sample user. So obviously, if I would have been logged in, it would show me my data. So this is kind of can be kind of a first graph query, so to speak. And then, of course, it can become much more complex. And given that you have the permissions, you cannot only obviously query data from your own user or your own objects, but also, of course, from the whole tenant, from the whole subscription. Yeah.
Exactly, and if you're familiar with API testing tools like Postman or something like that, then it's not too hard to use the Graph Explorer. So they are kind of So they are if you're familiar with API test tools, it's not too hard to use them.
Yeah. So again, if and especially if you're a developer, that might not be a big issue. And again, seeing the URL, it's very clear. It's developer.microsoft.com. So it's not, it doesn't say administrator.microsoft.com. So it is a development tool, but it's really helpful, especially to get some first impression and to use that. And by the way, of course, you can use that then also, again, shameless plug, with ScriptRunner, because you can create your graph queries and put them into ScriptRunner, and then you can manage them there and using that when you start delegating recurring tasks, for example. Yeah, right. Okay. I think that brings us to the last question.
Yes,
which is not really a question. This is something that we came up with, right? So we wanted to talk about it. So here we are. Shall I read it? It's like, okay, a lot of events are happening in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, and we are taking part in a number of them, which I think is quite interesting. I'm going to be on 2 in-person events next week. It's the first time since October 2020. So we're going to be at the European Cloud Summit in Mainz, Germany, from Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to have a little booth there. And we're going to be at the Experts Live Netherlands Microsoft IT Conference on Friday. And that even includes a little session by me talking about, surprise, surprise, PowerShell. Where is it? I think it's at 11 o'clock, something. Oops. No. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah. So if you are planning to go there, come by our booth. We also have some nice little gadgets. And let's see. Would be great to meet you there. And okay, Matthias just asking, because there was another event that we participated today, which is the Cloud 8 Online Virtual Summit. And I had a session there today. It was pretty cool. I was talking about, again, of course, surprise, surprise, about PowerShell and ScriptRunner. And I think they had, I don't know, about 100 something people being registered. And I think the event is still going on. And the sessions have been recorded. So I think they will be put up on YouTube as well. So you will be able to, take a look at this. And it covered all kinds of things around Office 65 and Azure. Yeah, so if you're maybe next week, if you're in Mainz or in the Netherlands, in Den Bosch, come by our booth. Would be happy to talk about automation, PowerShell, all kind of cool stuff. And then there is a third event that we are going to participate, in our case, online. It's the North American Collaboration Summit. This takes place in October, and we going to be there, not in person, unfortunately, not traveling there, but we're going to be there online, and also there will be a session. So if you want to learn more about again, Microsoft 365 and Azure and PowerShell and automation, join the Collab Summit. And on a personal note, I think there is another important event coming up, Markus, in your private life. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, indeed. So currently I'm a bit busy, so I won't attend to all the events you mentioned. So I won't be there personally because I'm a bit busy. And yeah, I'm going to marry. I'm going to marry within the next 3 weeks. So there is a lot of stuff to do, and the exactly wedding appointment is a secret. So nobody knows.
Hopefully the two of you are knowing.
Yeah, I know.
So, surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
It's but yes, I'm going to marry.
Okay.
Within the next 3 weeks. So
cool.
Maybe I will attend the next time on several events in person. But this end of September and the October is blocked for other stuff.
Okay, cool. Which means that when we have the next Ask Me Anything session, you will be a married man, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So all the best.
Thank you.
So so I think with this, we are actually at the end. We covered all the questions we got. As always, was fun.
Yes.
Going through it with you. And thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you, folks.
And have a great weekend and see you next time.
Yes. Have a great weekend.
And
see you next time.
Keep on scripting. Whoops.
Keep on
scripting. Something like this. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.